It's like marriage is it's like a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster.
Like you're gonna have your up days, you're gonna have your down days, you're gonna fall in love, you're gonna fall out of love.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall in like, you're gonna fall out of like.
True.
There's different obstacles that pop into your way. Dang, calm down. Like
Hey y'all, I'm Kiki Hunter.
What's good, people? I'm Mark Hunter.
Welcome to the Hunt Life Podcast. We created this podcast to give a real view of life as millennials navigating the world.
Real life discussions about the struggles our generation go through from family, love, and everyday life.
good people, it's Hunt.
Hey y'all, Kiki.
Now we gotta redo that. You talking trash about me, but what's up with your energy, bro?
My energy was fine until.
Well, this is the Hunt Life Podcast, episode 20.
You just told me I was being extra, so I thought I balanced it out. That's what you said.
It's not
then
balanced.
You messed up the camera angle. Why we can't never
the
get
camera angle ain't messed. They didn't know the camera angle was messed up until you said something.
Oh, now we all are a part of the joke.
It's not a joke.
It's
like,
not.
Yeah, it's not a joke. Like, so episode 20. How you doing today? This is how was your week.
This has been a very good week, actually. Today has been busy. I've been very productive today. Despite, well, not really despite nothing. It's just been very productive. And then the week has been very awesome. And telling my kids made me feel like a good mom this week. I'm gonna take that win and just ride with it.
That's what's up.
Yep. What about you?
Don't worry about me. I'm a thug.
You know what? I'm not gonna do this with you.
Nah, it's been cool. I mean, it's been busy. Like you said, it's been busy. Like
it has been busy. The week has been busy.
Yeah, been busy. It's been busy since like last week, actually.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't
like this weather change and
the allergies.
It's been going on. It's been going down since the weather changed. Apparently, it has to. I'm still up in my Mr. Hunt Bubbles gear, so I mean, that let you know right then and there. Like, boy, it's been busy with these cars. But besides that, like, family life been cooling. Family life been family life, as they like to say.
What that mean?
It's been good. Oh yeah, it's been fine. Oh wait, when you say stuff been like that, that means it's bad?
I mean, you just don't know what that means. It's just because everybody ain't able. So
everybody not able to do what?
Some people with family life means it's hectic.
Oh,
it's been a lot, not so good.
Oh, so I used that phrase in the wrong way.
No, it's just you have to elaborate a little bit more. That's all.
I shouldn't have to elaborate because my family life is not trash. So, but episode 20, as we said, this episode is about there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. And why do you feel like there's no such thing as a perfect marriage? Like we finna just get into it.
I see. I'm like, this is starting out very interview-ish.
Well,
I'm just saying. But there ain't no such thing. It's the such thing as
there ain't no such thing as nothing being perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Nothing's perfect. Yeah. Like nothing's perfect. So the expect to get married and your marriage, that's too many Disney movies, man. We don't watch too much romance movies and stuff. Like it's just not realistic. You have perfect moments.
You've been reading too many of them romance novels.
Yeah.
Telling you that fake cap. That be capping in the romance books.
A little bit. It's just like
no, not a little bit. A lot of bit.
It depends.
They be capping in romance books. Y'all be watching them cap ass Tyler Perry movies.
Wow.
Tyler Perry movies cap. We know it is. It's the same thing over and over. It is. It's been messed up since Blair Underwood smacked the old girl. like, first of all, you ain't gonna take Blair Underwood and turn him into a villain.
Oh my God.
But like he just been wilding, but even on that, he showed you there's no such thing as a perfect marriage. On
Because
all his movies, he shows you that there's no such thing as a perfect marriage.
Because it's not. We're not perfect people.
Nah.
We're two imperfect people who get together and try to become one, which how can we expect us to be perfect? That don't even make logical sense.
So that's the hard part right there, is trying to become one.
Yeah. So I'm like, then I lost my train of thought.
The balance part. I think that's the part that makes it like the ups and downs. Like marriage is like a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster.
Like you're gonna have your up days, you're gonna have your down days, you're gonna fall in love, you're gonna fall out of love.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall in like, you're gonna fall out of like.
True.
There's different obstacles that pop into your way. Dang, calm down. Like, like you have different obstacles that get in your way. They kind of sort of, the thing about marriage is that it can make you stronger or it can break you.
Mm-hmm.
Like real tea, like you mess around and thought that you was a strong person until like some stuff really start happening in your marriage. And
marriage ain't for the weak.
It'll take you out.
It's not for the weak. Like you have to be, because it's two totally different personalities from two totally different backgrounds.
You gotta be confident in your own self too.
Yeah, but even that's the thing that makes it imperfect, because your confidence wavers throughout life. Like life might not just be where you want it to be at that moment for yourself, like your personal goal, but you still going through life with a whole nother human being. And then people have like unrealistic expectations going into marriage. Like I was never the girl, like back in school, I mean, you know, you wrote the little letter. Well, you did like this game. What was that called? Like the wedding game, and like you did like your flowers. You did like your hood, like the names.
That just sound like regular letters in general.
No, it wasn't a letter. That didn't go to nobody.
Because
and
remember
then you went around
at the beginning of the letters,
you didn't
and
give
you
it to
had
nobody.
the 20 different, like, be just a million boxes, name, nickname.
Yeah, but that's
color.
a letter. Like you was sending it to somebody. Like this, you don't send to nobody. It's just you do like you pick colors.
With
and
the
then,
little.
like, no, you get a sheet of paper, and then you write like 5 colors.
I wasn't stacking anything. I was talking about that fortune teller thing with
the fortune teller.
Pick a number.
Wow. But no, you write like 5 names. You write like you go in a circle, like you make a loop-de-loop, and then like you just stop. You stop, and then however many circle like lines there is, like it like tells your wedding day, your wedding colors. Like
but y'all also had dumbass wedding names on there. We had like Raspy, Mario, like shit y'all ass up.
The point is, a lot of girls dream about their wedding day. I wasn't necessarily one of them people. I didn't necessarily, I don't say care about my wedding day. It just wasn't, I feel like you don't know till you know. So, because you can't have a notion of something. And that was the thing with us when we was younger. A lot of people had like their wedding already planned. And then you don't even know who this man gonna be.
True.
How you gonna, like, that was so unrealistic. Like, we set ourselves up for failure. That's why so many people out here not married and just hating
because y'all
marriage.
was too busy believing in them Disney movies.
I don't think it has anything to do with Disney. I think it was just girls love.
Because
right?
the movies.
No, I think we're wired that way.
Because of movies.
No, women are wired to love. Men are wired to chase. That's the way nature is set up.
Hunter gatherers.
Yeah. Like women are just naturally. Well, maybe.
Love and nurture is kind of sort of the same thing. Sure. It goes hand in hand.
We could say that.
Why not?
I said we could say it.
Yeah, but you said it the way like as in like cap. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm just saying that you can like, women are wired to think about that. Like, okay, I saw a reel, right? It could have been real TikTok, something like that. They all the same thing.
It's the same thing, a short reel.
But stick with me, stay focused. He was like, women are taught their whole lives what kind of man they should want, but men aren't taught what type of woman they should want.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, That's it. We're taught all our life, like even with the Barbie dolls and Barbie and Ken, and like everything is always positioned for us to get married, which is mad wild that like people out here don't care about marriage and y'all killing marriage. That's wild to me because how like y'all didn't play with Barbie dolls, y'all didn't do pretend play, like y'all weren't playing house back in the days with y'all little, you know, your little 4-year-old boyfriend. Like I don't, you know, doctor. Like I'm just confused, but yeah, like you have an unrealistic expectation going into what you think marriage should be. And then people get engaged and then they think the things about their spouse is going to change just because you have the title of marriage. And it's like, no, that person is still who that person was before you put that title on. Like the title don't change the person. So that's the thing. Like all the issues you had before marriage are all the issues you're going to have in your marriage. So you have to be okay with it. So I think people just has this, and then people look at how other folks are like running their household, which you don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, and then you don't know if that's even gonna work for y'all because then again, we are all different people. What works for us might not work for you. Yeah. What works for you might not work for us. It's just you have to find your own balance and what works with you and that person, and people don't do that.
Could they be believing in the cap? Online, like people like these TikTok couples, Instagram couples, these social media couples, like a bunch of these boys be like capping, bro, and like people like fall for that, and they feel like this is what a marriage is supposed to look like because a 5-second reel showed them like happy. And it's like that's not really like how this stuff go. Like
they probably was happy for that 5 seconds.
Yeah, no cap. Like they was only happy for that little bit of seconds, and then after that, they start back beefing.
That's marriage, though. People say that like that's horrible. Listen, sometimes
that's part of marriage.
You just might be like in a slump to where, baby, all y'all got is that little 5 seconds of happiness where y'all like each other again, and then it's right back to fight. That's just realistic. It doesn't mean that you're in an unhealthy marriage or you're in an unhappy marriage. Just marriage, like you said, it has its ups and downs.
And I feel like that we shouldn't, like, as the old folks like to say, you shouldn't keep up with the Joneses. With, like you said, like it doesn't matter what somebody else got in their marriage.
Yeah.
Like that's their marriage. Like everybody's different. First of all, you're not that person, and your dude is not that other person. So it's like y'all can't base y'all situation upon their situation, cause like.
So do you think it's do you think that it's okay to take bits and pieces from other people to like kind of like a puzzle?
Nah.
Like, you don't think it's okay to even like take bits? Why?
Because whatever your granny did to stay with your grandpa for them 40-something years, that might not work for you and your dude.
But that's what I'm saying. Bits and pieces. You're not taking everything.
Nope.
It's taking
I don't
think
you should take nothing.
How?
Because you have to do.
Now I agree with it.
You can watch it and you can understand what they did, but you gotta.
I'm not saying mimic it. I'm just saying take like you saw your granny cook every day, but you didn't see her have a life outside of her marriage. You might say, well, I want to tend to my household like that, but I don't want to do that part right there where that's all she had was her husband. Like just piecing it together from the things you like, okay, well, that don't really work for me. Because growing up in a 2-parent household, my parents were not married, but I got to see how that worked. So it was things that I saw my mom do, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it was also things that I was like, that wouldn't really work for me. It was things that I saw my dad do, and I was like, oh, if I have a man that can treat me half as like he does, I'll be set. But then it was other parts where I was like, I don't want that quality in a man. So that's what I'm saying, to piece them back and forth.
I don't like the way the old school stuff was set up because pretty much, I mean, I have a valid reason why.
Okay.
Because all you saw was the dude work, and that was it. Like they spent, if it wasn't like dealing with sports, then you really didn't see like the fathers interacting with the family as much. Because 9 times out of 10, he either tired or he just don't feel like being bothered. So I feel like that I can't really take anything from that stuff to try to bring it into like a marriage that works best for me and my family. Because I'm an involved father. So The only difference that I'm doing is that I'm actually more involved with my children. Like I'm willing to do like all the little dumb stuff, like play the video games, know what's going on with him and everything, and not like get upset, even though that I know that I do work a lot, but I'm not like letting that be just my only thing because the older generation, they kind of sort of like that was their title. Like they thrive on my husband worked all the time, but you can't tell us anything else he did outside of working. Or they was like, my wife, she cooks, she cleans, she take care of the kids, but she ain't got nothing outside of taking care of the family. So it's like, how can we evolve if that's not evolving? Evolving is everybody got their own little thing that's going on, but we come together and we make it work.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. That works for us. But and I also think it's an experience thing.
Yeah.
Like you experienced it different than me. Like like my dad was involved. Even though my dad worked a lot, he was still an involved father. Like he did the things that my mom didn't do.
Yeah, my
even though
T
she was
was
a stay-at-home mom.
But that was the huge difference too, because I didn't grow up around stay-at-home moms. Even when my mama was like married, she still wasn't a stay-at-home mama. Like no like women in my family ever really been a stay-at-home like wife. So it's like, yeah, I didn't even
like at
you
no
hear
point
about
in
it.
Time?
I mean, what for like the first 3 years of us like being born, but after that they pretty much go back to work. So like, yeah, we didn't really see the whole stay-at-home wife thing. That was more so like a TV thing. So like, yeah, we just know everybody like had to hustle and bustle. When we at school, they at work. And that's what everybody felt like. That's what like everybody in my family, that's what we just seen. The mama work and the daddy work. So
I mean, my mom had points and times where she worked. It's just majority of my life, particularly because when my sister she worked, it was I would say probably half and half because she was later on she started back working, but she wasn't as involved as you think a stay-at-home mom would be. My dad did that stuff, even though he was the worker and he was like busy a lot. He did all the little things. So that's what I'm saying. Like I get what you're saying. I think it's an experience thing. Like it's not perfect, like you said, but it's nothing wrong with taking bits and pieces and saying like the qualities you do, like the qualities you don't, and finding your way. Like I said, like a puzzle. Like just finding your happy medium.
yeah, that's true. Like, no, I mean that is true. I get that part. I'm just like, I mean, to me, I mean, because I guess I'm not like
I'm starting from scratch.
Yeah, like I wanted to do something different.
I wanted to do something different,
So
but
it's not watching what everybody else did. So it can like I didn't want nothing to try to affect like what we trying to build. I didn't want to take pieces from here, take pieces from there. I wanted to understand pretty much what can I do to enhance what you do, so it'll be the same way for me. Whatever I do, it can enhance. You can figure out how to enhance like what I do, so we can be able to work together like much better than what we all seen. Because in all, like, yeah, your mom would work some of the time she didn't, but they had their flaws just the same way as all the relationships I seen, they had their flaws. So it's like I don't want to like repeat them same cycles. If I want to do something different, I got to do something different all the way around. I don't even want to like take pieces of the old way and try to bring it into the new way. Like it doesn't work like that.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with. I just don't think it's nothing wrong.
Even though I am like traditional.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got it from somewhere. Like even like okay, for instance, like
no, because all the women in my family has worked, even my grannies.
But you would, and that's what I'm saying. You would think you would be okay. Well, okay.
You work. You got a business. Like you work for multiple businesses. Sure, they're for us. That was the difference. I don't want my wife out here slaving for somebody else. You feel me? Like we can make all the money at the house. You feel me? Like we can like I didn't mind working my butt off so we can be able to put money into what you want to do.
Yeah, but even before we became entrepreneurs and we started our own businesses and we worked regular jobs like everybody else,
Yeah.
I had to tell you, like, bro, you were traditional. Like, you were okay with me working, but it wasn't your goal for me to work.
No, that was never
Me
my
to
goal.
be
Because I always
at
wanted
home.
my wife to
Even-
be at the house with the kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Taking care of the
Even
kids
though-
and running a business. Like before me and you got together and everything, since I've been a young little nigga out here, it's always I wanted to own a business. I never seen
you said that
myself
when I met
working
you,
for
you said that.
somebody my whole entire life. I want to work for myself. So even with me working for myself, that means I don't want you working for nobody else too. We got to get your own business too. So regardless of like, yeah, I'm traditional, meaning that like I like the simple fact of that you cook and you want to take care of the kids because you're a nurturer.
Right. So from coming from what you saw, like you just said, like you saw a lot of women that always work.
Mm-hmm.
You never really saw that. So subconsciously you took that and said that's not a quality that you really want.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is breaking it into bits and pieces, because that's just like Santana gets older. I think I pride myself on trying to show him that marriage isn't necessarily perfect. I don't want him to be like my mom and dad had a perfect marriage. Like I want him to be like they had a happy marriage, yes, like they had a healthy marriage, more so to speak. But I think it's important for him to see arguments. I think it's important for him to see us like in our own element.
Yeah.
Like
see us work, see us
because I don't want him
have
to be
fun. Like he see every aspect of well, not every aspect, but but he see the most important parts of the marriage, so he can have an idea for it.
Yeah, he can take those bits and pieces from us. I think a lot of people haven't seen healthy marriages or relationships for that matter. Because, like I said, my parents when they were married, they were just long-term girlfriend boyfriend for 20-something years. So I never saw a actual legit, even though they referred to each other as married and husband and wife. They realistically they were not. So I knew, again, that's something that I knew I didn't want to do. You're not going to drag me along for 20-some years talking about we married and we not. No, don't claim me like that. Like, I knew, like, that's what I'm saying. I took those bits and pieces. But I also, even though my parents' relationship was not the healthiest, I also understood that and was able to say, okay, that's the part I don't want. Like, it made me want a healthier relationship when I got into one. Not necessarily knowing that marriage was for me. I wasn't against marriage, but I
You ain't never
think
seen it, so you didn't think it was for you.
Yeah, but it wasn't just marriage. I just didn't think love was for me in general. But that's a whole other topic for another day. But I think people walk into a marriage and they have their idea of who the person already is going to be and what their reaction to who that person is going to be without actually looking at the person. It go back to accepting the person, like knowing their flaws, being okay, understanding what's y'all new normal.
Yeah.
Even understanding like, okay, that person might be more emotional than you. That person might be more of an overthinker. Like learning how to take y'all flaws and make them equal. Like whatever you lack, the other person gains, and like vice versa. Like y'all being able to work with each other instead of against each other because you're trying to make each other something that you're not. And then you're looking at social media, you're looking at other people you know, you're looking at your mom and daddy relationship, failed relationships, and now you have this whole notion of it's supposed to be perfect, and it's not. So I think because then you have people online talking about like, not nobody want to be married. Everybody married is unhealthy, like, or unhappy. Everybody that's married is unhappy. It's like, no, we're not unhappy. It's just we go through shit just like everybody else. Just like we're just going through it with somebody else. You're going through it by yourself, so you ain't got to give a shit about nobody else. Because it was some celebrity
said that.
What?
Like married people, most unhappy people.
And that's not true.
Yeah, but she also ain't never been married again. So I mean, shit, her unhappy.
Who said that?
Lala.
Oh, child. That's why you got to know where your information coming from. You got to look at that. Like, girl.
Chris Rock said it the best, even though that you don't like Chris Rock.
Not like
But like, I feel like that his last good stand-up, not the new one on Netflix, but the Tambourine one, he gave the best explanation of marriage. But he also said why his marriage didn't work.
mm-hmm.
If you like listen to what he said, you got to be able to be in the background some of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody gonna have their times. It was gonna be sometimes when you up, and I gotta be in the background and like keep you up, and then it's gonna be sometimes when I'm up. And I think that's the part that people don't get it.
Yep.
Is that some of the time, like, one person gonna be the one that's gonna carry the weight.
Yeah.
But that's
it's
not
never
to say
50-50. That's why I think that's why I'm against this whole 50-50.
Yeah, because it's never 50-50. Nothing's never, even when you think it's 50-50, it's not 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, we can't go 50-50 on cooking in the kitchen. Somebody going to cook a little bit more than the other one.
Yeah.
Even if we're in there helping each other, it's still not 50-50. Like, nothing is 50-50.
Like, nothing's, you're right. Nothing's
even
50-50.
when you go into business with somebody, it's not 50-50. Yeah. Somebody has to be in charge. So it's always going to be 50-49, 51-41. Like, it's always got to be some type of split. Somebody's always going to do just a little bit more than the other person.
Swap. It's never like the same over, forever. It's just because that happened with us. Like earlier on in our relationship, I made more money. I was the one that was working business hours where you was.
I worked overnight.
You worked overnight.
I was working.
Yeah, you were working.
That's what I'm saying.
Overnight. I was making more. Yeah. Like, you were home more than me. I wasn't home as much as I wanted to be. And that was that. That's what we had to look at. Like, were we okay with that dynamic? Even though you never had a problem with it, you understood, like, that's just what this is.
I feel like at that time we took on that role because, for one, we was trying to do everything in our powers for our family in order for our family to work. So we know that we didn't want to do daycare. So that's the thing about that's the only time like it's really 50-50 is when you got to make like important decisions, because y'all both got to come together and make these important decisions. Yeah. We both knew that we didn't want our child to be in daycare. So that means that I got to work overnight.
Yeah.
And you could work in the morning.
Yeah.
Or during the day. So it's like, we got to understand these different like situations. It's compromising. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, because we had to understand that, like, I was chasing a career at that time. Yeah. Like, my career was very much so important to me. So I didn't, at the time, feel like I needed to give that up for a family. I felt like, I think what a lot of females think, I can have it all, but understand what you having it all, you are going to miss out on something. And that was this change for me when Santana really started school, and like he would have like stuff at school and I couldn't be there, like, or I had to like feel like I had to fight with my job or risk being fired just to show up for my kid. That's when I was like, okay, I don't.
They used to run me hot too.
Yeah, I have to make a choice. So for me, it was either finding a job that allowed me to be able to do that, which in the medical field, it's impossible. Let's just be honest. So I understood at that time, like, I needed to make the change. And it was stuff that you wanted to do. I feel like we sacrificed enough for my career that it was also time to let you have the forefront as your as Rick Ross said, the tambourine.
Rick Ross ain't that
not
shit.
Rick Ross. Ooh,
Chris
every
Rock.
day I'm hustling.
But if anything that I want people to take from this episode is compromising. Marriage is about compromising.
It's
a huge compromise. There's no such thing as perfect, and you gotta be able to communicate. We can't stress how much communication is of important key
Communication is important.
to marriage.
Yeah.
Communication is important to everything, but in a marriage, communication is a very important key.
Because you might think you saying it clear as day, like I said this, but I specifically said. The way that other person interprets it is totally different. You might not have said it the way they needed to hear it.
Yeah.
And they didn't interpret it. And now that is your problem because it's your spouse. So you have to understand, like, y'all are two people come from two backgrounds and two different views of life that are trying to mesh this stuff. That's why I say I don't think there's nothing wrong with taking from different people and situations and things and like figuring it out and kind of cookie cutting it.
Mhm.
But I also don't see nothing wrong with, like you said, like I'm wiping the slate clean. I'm just gonna figure this shit out myself because I ain't like what they did. Like, it's like, y'all tell us, do you think it's okay to pick and choose what you take from other people and like make that work in your relationship, like puzzle piece it together? Or do you think you should just start off on a clean slate, don't look at nothing and nobody, and just figure it out solo dolo? Like, let us know.
Mhm. So, what do you feel like some important keys that, because we have been married for a while
Mm-hmm.
and we coming up on 6 years of marriage,
Mm-hmm.
but we've been together as long as Future been a rapper. Like we've been together like what, 12, almost 13 years.
Oh, when you say like, I'm like, that wait.
Yeah, like
Wait a minute. Wait.
yeah, like
That's
yeah,
wild.
like since like 10 or no,
September
since like
10.
11, 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
I met you in 2010.
Yeah.
We kind of started dating like about a year and a half. Like, yeah, like 20. Yeah,
I mean,
about 2011 we started like dating.
yeah,
like,
so that's like
2011.
13 years.
That's wild. That's crazy.
Like yeah, we've been knowing each other for like 13
Oh yeah, because
years.
it's 2024. Oh
Yeah.
shit. I'm just.
So for knowing each other for 13 years, what do you feel like is like some key like words of encouragement or like under like something that you can say to the people that's like thinking about getting married, about to get married, or married, that's going through shit?
I think the biggest thing is accept that person for who they are, flaws and all, and don't put your partner on a pedestal, and don't allow your partner to put you on a pedestal, because it takes the humanity. I had to learn that one for sure. I always accepted you for who you are. I always tell people I know exactly who I married. Like, no matter when you mess up or not. Like, I'm like, I know who I married. Like, that's not the point. Where I failed was, and where I had the hardest part in our relationship was when I realized I had put you on a pedestal. And I took that part wasn't fair because it kind of made you, it's pressure. Realistically, it's just pressure that nobody needs. Like when your partner, it's a place where you should be able to feel human and you should be able to feel like you can make mistakes and that like it'll be okay if you mess up. But putting you on a pedestal didn't necessarily allow you to, it didn't allow me to fully, I guess, deal with the person that you were. Because I believed in who you were. I believed in who you would be. And that part was like, damn, I didn't think about like the mistakes that you would make along the way.
Yeah.
So it was a humbling experience to say, okay, that was my bad, because that's one thing I always ask from you. Don't put me on a pedestal. Like, that's what I'm saying. That was always something that no, you said you did?
I said I didn't.
Oh, I was like, now wait a minute. But that was something I think I said at the beginning when we started dating, like, just treat me like treat me normal, because I'm used to being there for everybody and being a strong person. I don't want that in this. Like, I need to be able to just be, but I ended up doing it to you. So that was very humbling. So I think don't put each other on pedestals, allow each other to be human, and know exactly who you're marrying, like flaws and all. Like, don't think somebody is too good for a mistake that they already may have done, or signs that they are like. flaws and all. Death do us part. That's what I was saying.
For me, like my main thing is communication. Like I think it's not that I think it is. It's
It
very
is.
important.
Yep.
And it's more so like talking to the fellas when it comes to that situation because I get it. Some of us are not talkers. A lot of us haven't really learned how to like explain our feelings or even understand women's emotions and stuff. I think you honestly need to like really know your spouse. You got to know what makes your spouse tick, what they don't do, stuff like that. So you're not like confused because I mean, we know women are emotional. So like we can't constantly every single time that she get in her feelings, you get in your feelings.
Yeah.
You got to be able to separate the difference between is she just like being dramatic or is this like, okay, she for real this time.
Yeah.
You got to be able to understand that. And I feel like communication, like regardless of the, like
what's that thing that's maybe
communication,
taking her over
like-
the edge? Like she may normally freak out over this thing, but like she's freaking out more than normal. So what's going on here? Like
Yeah.
because you got to be able to catch those. It be the little bitty stuff that you have to like.
Yeah, because that's the
catch.
thing about women. It's like it's never the big stuff. It's the little stuff. But that's the part that a bunch of dudes like miss out upon. We don't pay attention to the little stuff. So it's like the communication part and pay attention to the little things. And like, bro, don't start something you can't finish. Like if you like, I'm being 100, fam. Like I'm being 100 with all the dudes. Like if you start before y'all get married and you start cooking all the time, don't get married and like don't cook at all.
Yeah, ain't made no
Like you
announcement.
gotta continue to do that. If you a dude that did all the Valentine stuff, you gotta continue to do it. But the thing about that is you gotta start putting a cap up on it, fam, because you don't want to be you don't want to be year 3 and for Valentine's Day you bought her a car. Like what you gonna do year 4? So that's why I'm like, you gotta take it in little bitty steps, you feel me? You can't just go all out like every single time. I think anniversaries are way more important than Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go out, then go out upon anniversaries. Like on top of like doing that, like it's just like enjoy the simple fact of that, like yeah, you spending the rest of your life with like the female that you actually want to be with. So like don't do the ignore thing all the time. I get it. Some of the time you do want to ignore them, but you can't ignore them all the time. True. Cause y'all do the same thing. Like y'all do the solid treatment and all that extra stuff. So it's like the same way females got the solid treatment, the dudes it can ignore you. When I'm saying ignore, I mean like some of the time, bro, you gotta get off the game and like spend time with your woman. Like that's the ignoring part. That's the part that and speaking of that, if you know that your dude's a gamer, he been a gamer your whole entire life since y'all be together, don't expect for him to like not be a gamer when y'all get married. You shouldn't put no pressure on the man and make him like quit playing his video game because y'all married.
Let me state this for the record, because he say this all the time. Baby,
because that's true.
So don't y'all take that as like, oh, she must have tried.
Nah, she ain't never tried to do that because I'm a gamer. Like
baby, I don't care because I'm doing what I'm doing. But you got
because she reading books and doing all that foolishness. So it's like
that means you leaving me alone. Like
but some females is a bunch of females is not like that.
Let that man have
some
his
females
hobby.
Be up on that extra stuff, thinking that dudes is being extra. So it's like
it's a hobby, just like you got a hobby. He got a hobby.
But some people ain't got hobbies.
You should have a hobby.
If when you married, that's a good one too. You need a hobby in your marriage.
You have to be
everybody.
People.
Yes, because that's the part that I always hear when it comes to like women when women talk about marriage is, oh, I lost myself. oh, I
Yeah,
can't, I don't
why?
know who I am. Why? You can still have a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can still do the
Baby.
little things that make you you.
Mhm.
So don't stop doing the stuff that make that person attracted to you. Unless it's like clubbing and stuff like that. That's on both ends.
Yeah.
But like as in like if you was like nerdish and you read books or you watch
Mhm.
anime or you drew or you colored, like don't stop doing them little things that your little quirks, like continue to do them.
Mhm.
It just invite that person into your world
Mhm.
and y'all can have something that y'all share.
Yeah.
But
Don't stop doing the things that got y'all together in the first place.
and make
think
time
that's
for each other.
Yeah, make time for each other. Keep doing the same things that you were doing. For the dudes, keep doing the same stuff you did to get her. If you went all out for birthdays and anniversaries and you was buying her flowers and you don't stop because you're married. Don't get comfortable because you got her. Like keep the spark, keep the romance. Ladies, let that man have a hobby and you go get you a hobby. I don't understand it. I can't be around nobody 24/7. I don't care who you are. Like, I got to have personal time to myself. It ain't no weed. Listen, I don't go nowhere by myself necessarily unless I'm doing like a girls' day with my friends. But you have to keep it. You're a person. You have
Like
your
I
own
understand that
individual.
once a year she's going to a concert.
Oh,
So like, yeah, you got to be comfortable with that. She ain't going to no Usher concerts, but you can go to concert. Hell nah, bro.
I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that.
I air that bitch out. Like the hell. Like I ain't Kiki Palmer dude, and I ain't Swiss Beats. I ain't got shit to lose. Like fuck that nigga.
Lord.
Like, I don't.
Oh.
I ain't got no public persona I gotta keep up with. It should matter, but like I'm just saying, fam.
See what I'm
Or unless she
saying?
go to the
Know
Usher
your
concert. If she
person.
go to the Usher concert, make sure she not in the front row. Like I said last
Make
time.
sure you know your person. Cause see, I know, like he really would. I've seen him act a fool for less, so I know that.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
know your person, baby. Know your person. Know how far to
Much
go.
less. Like
Know how far to take that thing. Like, and communicate, talk through everything else. Like you said, communication is really, really big. Like, don't be scared to have the hard conversations. Have them, because if you do not have them, they're gonna conjure up in your relationship. It's gonna come to light to where you don't have a choice but to talk about it.
yeah, that's
You
the
might
thing
as
about
well
marriage.
get it
Marriage
out the
gonna make you
way.
talk, you feel me?
If you want it to be successful,
Yeah,
but
you
if you
gotta
don't,
talk.
that's how you end up filing for divorce.
Communication. And don't be one of them.
And you might
Like
not get it right the first time.
what?
You might have to have a conversation.
Oh, I thought you about to
times.
say divorce. I'm about to say you might not get the first match right. No, like I'm not condoning that. Like, yeah, nah, we don't condone that. Like,
That's good.
yeah,
Good or bad.
yeah, you gotta like make that stuff work. You feel me? Don't be a loser and quit. Cause I mean, if you get a divorce, you're a quitter. And all in all, like, yeah, you quit. You can't even keep your promise to God and said that you gonna love this person for better or for poor.
That's true.
So it's
I think
like,
I give up
yeah,
too easy. A lot of people, but that's because it's not perfect. It's not what they envision, and it's hard to let go of that thing that you've been, for females, that you've been envisioning since you was a little girl. But you gotta let that go because it's reality now. Face your reality and like be happy with your person. Enjoy your person.
Dang, you
at the
should
end of
say
the day.
more of the story.
More
of the story.
Enjoy your person
And communicate. So I feel like that was I think we did good. It was interesting.
Yep. Make sure y'all answer my poll too. I want to know, is it good to piece things together or start on a clean slate? Answer what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Put it out there this time for real. I'm gonna clip it. I want y'all to be commenting and stuff.
And if you married, tell us that you've been married and how long you've been married to. Because that's
we should have saved that for
interesting.
next episode.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We still talk about it on the next one, but I want to know if we got married people watching us.
Give me some key tips.
Because
What you call them? Like the Give us some keys, some jewels on marriage. Drop some jewels to keeping a healthy relationship. So all the single people out here that's trying to find somebody can maybe take that into consideration. We can get some new people.
Yeah, because I'm ready to find a married community because
We do want to
we're
marry.
not
Where
single.
they at?
I'm not talking about that for friends. I'm
Oh,
saying for more so so we can talk to them about the stuff. And because like we're not single, so I get tired of people asking us stuff about like single stuff. It's like you ask two people that's been together for 13 years that's been married for 6 years about single stuff. We're not single, so we
They've
don't
been
really
missing for
know
a long
like
time.
like yeah,
I don't know
like
what y'all doing out here in these
like,
single
yeah,
streets.
apparently y'all ain't getting it right out here on y'all own, but like yeah, we wanna have better conversations with married people and so we can like gloat about marriage life.
Yeah, let's show them that we happy and married.
Yeah, we got to change the tides with this whole people out
Happy
here talking
times.
about that married folks ain't happy. Like, yeah, it's time to put it in their face. You know what I'm talking about?
Really?
I know. I was listening to DJ Screw earlier, so you know that kind of sort of got stuck in my head.
Stuck in my head.
But you got a rant today?
Yeah, they locked me on my damn TV because I wouldn't sign an
Yeah,
agreement.
man.
And
And
that
who accepted it?
I think Maddox. Now I got to send a 30-day letter to opt out.
Like, bro, if you got them Roku TVs, pay attention, man. They making y'all 9 times out
They're
of
just
10.
taking our rights away, and it's not even about the. It is about the TV because you shouldn't lock me out of something that I paid for.
Yeah.
But it's also like y'all keep infringing on my rights.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where does it stop?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting real sick of it. And what I want to say, I can't say. Get our numbers up there. So if y'all are watching this, make sure you subscribe.
Like it. Tell a friend or tell a friend.
Yep. Recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was my rant because they need to knock that off.
That's part of my rant too. Like that stuff pissed me off this morning, bro.
It really did. That man left that TV right there.
I did not accept it. I was eventually going to accept it.
I said, I don't know why he don't.
But at that moment, it was like, bro, you're trying to tell me that I can't accept it because, bro, this government is wild, and this government is governmented. Yeah, we just tiptoeing to. I can't even say that word.
I don't think we could say it. I ain't gonna risk it.
It's some C words and some N words, but like
we finally breaking out there. And y'all, we made it to 30,000 views
across all this whole platforms with reels and stuff like that.
Yeah. So make sure that y'all keep supporting, keep liking. Please subscribe if you have not.
Yeah.
Click that button.
Again, I'm Hunt.
I'm Kiki.
This is the Hunt Life Podcast. Hunt Life.
Live dreams. Bye, y'all.
What's good, people? Before y'all leave, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Oh, and follow us at
Hunt Life the Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button. You can also find me at I'm the Key on Instagram, and you can follow us on Hunt Life Code on Instagram and TikTok.
And you can find me on Mr. Hunt Bubbles on everywhere. Mr. Hunt Bubbles on everything, and also Hunt Files. And don't forget, if you got any comments or any statements or anything that you want to leave us, you can always find us up on Instagram and Hunt Life the Podcast. Have a great day, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Hunt Life, live dreams.